Paul, thank you so much for taking the time out of your Saturday to be with us. Excited to chat and really interested to learn a little bit about you as a person, what got you into crypto, and I guess your future excitement about the industry in general. So yeah, thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you so much, Gavin. Really appreciate you having me on. Yeah, I've actually been in crypto since 2017.
Wow.
Not just as an investor and trader, but also a C-level executive, author, and speaker in the space.
Fantastic! Wow, very come with a very strong acumen straight in. I love it, Paul. Absolutely fantastic. Well, before we get into those, I guess, accolades that you've immensely well established yourself in the last couple of years, bring us right back. Where did you grow up? What was life like? What were you interested in? Give us the full deep background.
So I know a lot of people like rags to riches stories, but the truth is mine was a bit different. I was born in London, not rich, but very well off. I mean, we had what we wanted and everything. So it was more of like a rich to rags to riches story. It's kind of weird. So it's a bit different, but yeah, anybody, usually when people ask me, oh, Paul, would you do a rags and riches? Well, I was kind of rich when it started out. So it's a bit different for me, but I did have to start over. I lost everything a couple of times. So that was interesting, if you will. I was born in London. I lost my accent. My accent got bastardized over the years while I was in Greece, especially when I started emceeing, because I was rapping and emceeing. So my accent kind of shifted.
Fantastic. But you grew up in a Greek family in London, was it?
Yeah. So my parents were born in Egypt. They moved to England. That's where my sisters, or one of my late sisters, and I was born. And then we came to Greece, and we continued here when I was about 11 years old. Yeah.
No, phenomenal. I find that so fascinating. So I guess you grew up in an Arabic speaking household. You're multilingual. You then learned Greek, or how did it work? Was it Greek family or Egyptian family?
So my parents were Greek born in Egypt.
Understood.
But they used to speak Arabic whenever they used to want to say things without me understanding. The funny thing is they're also Armenian, because my mother was half Armenian. So we had Arabic, Armenian, Greek, and English, but Armenian and Arabic were kind of like one language, and it was used secretively. So growing up and coming to Greece, a lot of words I thought were Greek were actually Armenian, and I came here and it was a mess, and I never really learned how to speak fluently. Just a couple of words, enough to get me in trouble, but that's about it.
I love it. I love these anecdotes just to learn a little bit about the fabric of life growing up. I mean, obviously London's such a multicultural place, and your family, dynamic being an exact description and portrayal of that. So amazing stuff. So I guess age of 11, you moved to Greece, straight into school in Greece. What was that like? A big shift, I guess, from coming from London.
It was crazy. Schools are a lot harder in Greece, but you learn a lot more. Wow. But I got this is gonna sound, I was entrepreneurial since birth, and I know that sounds kind of weird and cliche, but imagine this: when I was in England, I was 7, 8 years old from what I remember.
Yeah.
And I opened up a sweet shop in my bedroom, and I used to try and sell my toys that my dad used to bring me. So when we moved to Greece, I actually went door to door when I was 12 years old, 13 years old, trying to sell comic books. And I was saying that your kids will learn English reading comic books. And I remember they used to say, but I take them to a special school, like after school, because in Greece we have frontisteria. And I was saying, but this will be fun. And they actually learn actual English. So I was in sales and marketing since I was born. My dad being a marketing and sales director. And so that's how I kind of, so I had an interesting upbringing, but I was working since a young age. I was spoiled in the sense I could have what I want, but I could not do what I want, and I worked for it. So my parents pulled me up very well.
Amazing. Really fascinating. I have to say, it's a pretty compelling point. If I really impressed with your sales skills as a young child, because you make a really valid statement there, going door to door with the comic books. Actually, the kids probably would have learned more English from them than the Sunday school. So
it was my first close, my first objectionable close. It's funny. I got into sales after that, and I was in sales and marketing all my life. I did different jobs on the side as well. but sales was my main thing. I was in the timeshare industry. I was trained in sales and psychology and subliminal selling. I was trained in marketing by some of the best in the world. I wrote multiple books in sales and marketing, one with a living legend, Ben Gay III. I know a lot of people may not know him, but he was with Napoleon Hill and Zig Ziglar.
Wow.
He's a living legend. Yes, there's a book there's a movie about him coming out, I think, in a few years. I don't know exactly what happened with that, but so all my life I was in sales and marketing, and my dad helped me as well, and that's how I got into it.
Yeah, really fascinating. It sounds like you came from a great household. I got to say, some of that OG material, like you said, the Zig Ziglar and Napoleon Hill stuff, it's really, it is so inherently baked into everything now that comes out that seems like it's modern and fresh.
Everything is rewritten from those books. Everything. The original sales Bible was the Closer series by Ben Gay III. 1, 2, and number 3 I wrote with Ben Gay III.
Wow, absolutely amazing stuff. So during that period, you were in Greece, I guess, for the kind of the next 10, 20 years.
No. Because I moved to Iran, because we set up some decks over there. I moved to Sweden, I moved to Poland, and I moved to England. But every time I came back to Greece because I just love Greece.
It felt like the home. Understood. So you've really, you've had so many different kind of mini lives within your life, which I guess adds to the excitement and the adventure of everything. So bring us then towards the point where you're going through all these different sales jobs, you're building businesses, you're writing books, you're getting exposed to fascinating people. When did you first hear about Bitcoin, crypto? Can you remember just your first engagement with it?
Oh my God, you're taking me back. Okay, so before I got into crypto, the last job I was doing, the last career I had, was actually I was actually a producer and director for music videos and an MC. I also owned my nightclub, but that closed down, long story short. But I did quite a few things in that field. And I wanted to buy Bitcoin. I was telling people to buy Bitcoin in 2015, 2016, but I never had a chance to buy. Because in 2015, I got cancer.
Oh, goodness.
So the first time I got cancer, I actually had cancer 3 times in my life. So I was fighting cancer, and when I got better, I had bone marrow transplants and everything. Wow. When I got better, I think it was 2017, I got my first job as a coach for not a telecommunication company, but a sales, telesales company. Yeah. And I was coaching them and mentoring them. And the boss's best man that married them, he actually was into Bitcoin and crypto, and I was like, show me how to do it. Yeah. So that's how I got my first crypto, my Ethereum and my Bitcoin and so on in 2017, Litecoin back then as well.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with it. So as soon as my contract finished, I actually cold called my way into becoming the CMO of a crypto company in Poland, moved to Poland.
Wow.
And against the doctor's orders, by the way, I was going back and forth checked, but I moved to Poland, and that's how I got into crypto. So I got straight into the inside because there was so much demand, so small supply. Nobody knew marketing, nobody knew sales. I was like, I have to pivot. I have to go in there. This is a trend. This is my chance, and that's how I first got into crypto.
So impressive. I mean, the fact that you really took the plunge so early, you spotted the opportunity, you could see the vision, you could see the chance, but within what you've just shared there, goodness, there's two massive points that I need to ask more on. Firstly, I mean, what you've told us already makes you so impressive, Paul, but the fact that you've had 3 rounds of cancer and you're fighting fit and strong here, you'll have to tell us a little bit about what you've gone through. But secondly, we can't skim over the fact here that you had a nightclub. I'm sure there were some wild days there at some point.
It was fun.
Absolutely amazing.
It was very fun.
I hope that was in Greece, or where was that?
It was in Greece. It was one of the most famous hip hop clubs in Greece. We brought down a lot of artists. I brought a lot of artists like DJ Lord from Public Enemy. We're still friends today. Main Flow from Mood. I performed with the Beatnuts in that club and in Switzerland after, because I started going on tour with the Main Flow. I did quite a bit. I didn't become famous. I became quite known, though, in Europe at least.
Amazing.
And it was fun. I was on MTV, Balkanica Music Television, Mad TV. It was fun. So it was my emceeing / club days, and then I pivoted into music videos, and yeah, it was interesting to say the least.
To say the least, it's wonderful to hear the tapestry of everything that you've weaved into today. This is why I love hearing your story, because it gives me a sense of why here we are today in 2026, and you're such a good communicator, you're such a good storyteller, you're such a good way with people. Obviously, that all comes from this amazing history.
I'm trying to get better. But to my credit at the club, I have to say this: I was the first person, at least in Greece. I don't know if anybody else did this in America, obviously, but I was the first person to utilize MySpace. And when everybody was jumping on Facebook, I jumped on Facebook. I was very good at trends, but I was definitely one of the first, if not the first, to collect email addresses and SMS messaging for club nights and so on. I was the first to do emo nights in Greece. I was doing rock nights. I was doing a whole bunch of stuff, and all by phone and messaging, and it was quite a thing. It was quite a thing. I was on TV. I filled up the club. We had to bring projectors outside so people can see what's going on in the club. It was hilariously fun. I had a lot of dancers. It was crazy.
I can imagine. I think especially obviously the fun side of it, but then also on the business side of it, pre-GDP, when you could just have 20,000 SMS go out with no questions asked.
Yep. Oh, it was crazy. It was crazy. And you just had to pivot. And I started putting people on the street to go and give like free shots, come get free shots. And a lot of marketing, A small club of about, you could fit 250 people in. I had about 350 people at the club.
Amazing. It's interesting how some industries, I find that the nightclub industry, if you're an owner, promoter, it does actually lead to kind of the development of multiple different skill sets. So it is a great kind of university for marketing, because it's so live, it's so present. But yeah, that's an intriguing part of your history. Within that history, though, tell us a little bit about the challenges. How was it, in terms of you're trying to obviously maintain a career, maintain businesses whilst going through health difficulties? That must have been a terribly.
It was insane. So when I first got cancer, that's when I first started my first YouTube channel, Paul Democrat. It was on business, success, mindset, and sales. And then what happened was, when I finished my work as a CMO at Expertise, which was in Poland, the first time I quit, the second time I got fired. But I came back to Greece, and I remember I wanted to enter crypto. So what I did was I started interviewing all the greats and the pioneers in crypto and compiled them into a book called The Crypto Factor. The Crypto Factor wasn't a YouTube channel, it was a book.
Yeah, wow.
And I had John McAfee, I had Andreas Antonopoulos, I had Roger Ver, I had and I was just cold calling, cold messaging on Twitter back then, and just getting them all in, interviewing them, kind of like what you're doing now.
Yeah.
But I took everything and put them in a book.
Amazing.
And I had an editor write it for me. And that's how I started getting into crypto. And then I started advising other companies and so on. And what happened was I took down the crypto videos from my other channel and put them on the Crypto Factor, because back then there was a purge and they were closing down channels. And then I had all the interviews on the Crypto Factor, but they weren't getting a lot of views. But when I started making videos on the Crypto Factor, I made some amazing calls and the channel started blowing up. I jumped into shorts when nobody was. It started blowing up. And that's how I actually got the Crypto Factor channel going. And then after that, it was all about advising companies and, writing books, like the crypto marketing playbook for companies, which is not something I promote. It's for companies. It was more for my branding. Kind of like, where's your CV? Here's my book.
Business card. Yeah. Love it. No, absolutely fantastic. I'm fascinated on the book and the early moving, which you've shown multiple times, with everything from the clubs and MySpace, or even, let's say, taking the plunge to go work for that company in Poland. You remind me of the Tim Ferriss book that pulls together, I can't remember, Traits of the Greats or something like that, or pulls together the best bits from 100 different entrepreneurs, something like that.
That was the idea I got it from. I saw it being done, and I just, they say good artists copy, great artists steal.
Absolutely.
you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just take something and apply it in your industry, and that's it. Because you know it's already working. Now, in all honesty, the book could have done a lot better. It wasn't the best book ever. I did a lot of better work after that, but it was a start. I was new, right? I remember my first book I wrote was Success IAO, which was the best book I ever wrote with the stupidest title I could think of at the time. It was supposed to be improvise, adapt, overcome, and each chapter was going to be part. But anyway, the idea was great. I was fighting through cancer. It wasn't the best title. And I remember I couldn't write because I was in bed. Obviously, I was recovering. I couldn't stay awake.
Yeah.
And I would record the book, and then I gave it to my editor to write because there was no way I could write it.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of wrote the book. And then basically that was the trick. I had an editor. I would record everything or give my training materials in sales.
Yeah.
And she would make them books.
So you overcame. I love the I suppose it's an entrepreneurial way of tackling book writing, even through the horrible challenges. And how long, and two questions spring to mind. One was, what year are we talking here in terms of the original YouTube channel? When
2017, but I wasn't posting till about 2018, 2019. I can't remember off my head.
It was in and around that. But what compelled you?
The crypto factor, you mean? Yes.
Yeah, your very original YouTube, the business stuff. Just when you.
Oh, the business one. That was before I got. I think that was either before I got sick or while I got sick at the first time. I can't remember right now. I know it was when I got sick, because I remember my first video. I have it on list. I might open it up. The first video, I had no eyebrows. Goodness. And I looked like shit, and I came on camera and I started. Yeah, it was after I got, so it was 2015. I did my first channel in 2015. As soon as I got home after hospital, I remember I had a PlayStation. I had a TV back there with a PlayStation because I was trying to recover. And I sold the PlayStation after 2 weeks because I only had 2-3 hours awake a day. And I'm like, this is wasting my time. I got rid of it and I started the channel instead so I can upload more videos.
Absolutely amazing. And was that your motivation, I guess, to put yourself out there? You thought, look, I'm arguably in a life or death situation here. I should just share what I know. Was that kind of the sense that you had?
Excellent question. Kind of. So I even wrote about it in my book. Channel, the same thing. It was either I needed to reinvent myself online. Yeah. I knew I had to pivot. There was no one wanted to see a cancer patient rapping. Yeah. Directing music and producing music videos are 15 hours long in Greece. We were it was very guerrilla tactical. It was no way I could do it because of my immune system and so on. I knew I had to reinvent myself online. So what I did was I did it so I can have something when I get better, so I can grow. Or if I didn't make it, to leave something behind. That was one motivation.
Amazing, absolutely fantastic. And so from that point, I mean, it took a huge amount of energy to begin uploading. Talk us through then. I suppose it became a relatively regular cadence that you started to post. And what was that like at that stage?
It was hard. Like, a lot of people didn't know I was wearing sunglasses, so you couldn't see the eyebrows anyway. And I was, when you start getting better, you kind of like look a little bit better over time, and people can't really tell. Plus, my energy levels, if you can tell, I'm very energetic. So even when I was sick in hospital, so I'll give you another example. When I got sick the last time, when I was in hospital, I had bone marrow transplant for a second time, CAR T therapy specifically. I even lost my memory for a while after. Yeah. That's when I was calling for people to get into Bitcoin at $16,700. Yeah. It was a while after I called the bottom at 15.6K and won an online bet with Gareth Soloway. So I made that call, and I was in hospital, and you can see me with shit coming out of my neck, and I was like, hey, I did it before, I'm going to do it again. Same philosophy. I'm just going to make the calls. And back then it wasn't about me making money on YouTube because I didn't have coaching. I didn't have anything. Yeah. I was just doing my branding so I can work for companies, so companies can hire me, so I can advise them. Yeah. YouTube was completely free, and it still is.
Yeah.
But when I got better and I got out of hospital, it was 2 days before Christmas 2022. In 2023, around February and March, after CAR T therapy, they told me I'm not going to be able to go out. And I was very weak, and it was very dangerous, and this and that. I'm like, you know what? That's when I started online coaching for crypto. And that's when I started my group, and I started the rest of the products.
Absolutely fantastic. So you really weathered the storm and made the best of it and continue to pivot based on the restrictions. But one thing
Exactly.
that I'm taking away from you massively is like you're using those frames and those restrictions actually as an inspiration point. You're kind of getting yourself into something because of those so-called restrictions, which actually,
Improvise, adapt, overcome. That's the
yeah,
title of my first book. That's what I did every single time. That's what I'm doing right now with the drop in views on YouTube. If you notice, there's a lot of less YouTube views are dropping because
yeah,
of AI stuff, because of this, because of that.
yeah,
So YouTube views are dropping, and crypto YouTube views are going even more down because of the
yeah,
markets.
yeah,
So I'm getting like 200-300 views at best, maybe 500 on videos where I was getting a few thousand at least.
yeah,
So that, of course, amounts to less sales, less companies, less sponsorships stop.
yeah,
So now I'm pivoting into AI, and I'm learning AI. I made a few applications. I created my own applications for AI crypto applications specifically.
yeah.
But I've also started an AI channel because
Awesome.
I know that's where we're going.
Continuing to pivot and you're seeing the future. I understand totally. That's amazing. And so at the moment, what do your weekly habits look like in terms of, are you making a video a day? Is it a video on each channel? What does kind of day to day feel like?
So the way I've learned to work, because of everything I went through, I call it energy bouts.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like the 4-hour work week, since you mentioned Tim Ferriss earlier on. But the only difference is, because when I had cancer, I had 2-3 hours of energy and then I was sleeping and I couldn't do it. That's what I do now. I do 2-3 hours a day, 2-3 hours every day in something, and I
yeah,
get the important things out first. As to when I make videos, now I just make a video when there's a need to make the video. If there's
yeah,
something going on the markets, I'll make the video. If there's something I want to say, like evergreen product, I'll make the video, but I won't stress myself. And my weekly live streams every Sunday at 7 o'clock EE time, EET time. I know that
yeah,
sounds British. That's not what it's supposed to sound like. Okay, 6 o'clock CET time. Okay,
yeah,
Central European time. So that's what I do, and I just put out videos when I put out videos. I don't want to stress myself.
yeah.
I don't, because of my health as well. But I just put them out when I need to. That's it. I don't have a certain time. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I just put out videos.
You go with the natural
With the
flow.
flow.
I mean,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, you've used again, like you've used the inspiration around the kind of 2-3 hours a day. It is so interesting how we can really get so much more done in such a short period of time when we give ourselves that time restriction. And you've used it to, I guess now you've got so much more time in your life to enjoy, to look after your health, to do all the other leisurely
Well,
things.
one thing that has helped a lot is I recently started TRT, social replacement therapy. So I'm like, okay, let's go. It helps a lot, believe me.
Yeah, fantastic. You got the energy from that. No, absolutely. Plus, you've got your just natural vibrancy, which comes across massively. So that's amazing. So I guess you've also hacked productivity. You've, I guess, built multiple different aspects to your business as a consultant, as a coach, as an author, so many different things. Now you're growing into the AI space, which is super interesting. Give us your kind of, your view on the next couple of years as we move towards 2030. Where do you want to go with everything that you're doing? What's your vision? Or is there are you more so taking
very good question. So let's take things one by one, because I'm doing multiple things. Number one, okay, first of all, I opened up a company in Dubai called Digify Marketing with my partner Luai, and that's just advising companies on how to do KOL marketing, YouTube marketing, because most KOLs have fake views. Most KOLs, let's not get into putting them down. I do keynotes on this, but generally speaking, I'm trying to put out a company that helps legit companies, do legit marketing in the crypto space. That's number one. Number two, I'm getting into AI. I've learned how to vibe code, at least to a certain extent. I'm learning how to integrate with Stripe payments. I put out my first products. I'll tell you what's happening with AI on a YouTube perspective and a crypto perspective, okay? Number one, coaching is going to die. Courses are going to die unless you use AI.
Yeah.
Okay? So if you don't move for the future, you're going to be a relic of the past, okay? So, for example, lead magnets. Putting out a book for a lead magnet to get someone's email to put them on a list is not going to work anymore. Everybody and their mother is doing that. Everyone's sick of emails. There's no way that's going to work. That's number one. Number two If you just have a normal course, you're going to lose, because people are going to shift the way they learn with AI, and they want more. So doing what everyone's doing is not going to work. What is going to work? Lead magnets to get on a list is not going to be giving a free book. It's not going to be giving free anything. It's not going to be go onto my list. It's going to be an application, an AI application that actually adds value. For example, I made ismycoindead.com. Right? It's exactly what you sound, how it sounds. You go to ismycoindead.com, and we are allowed to say websites on this interview, probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So you go there. It's completely free. And what you can do is you can put your coin in there, whatever cryptocurrency you have, and it will tell you what's going on a price level, on a structure level, on a development level, GitHub, and so on. It will check everything for you. So it will chain on chain and so on. So it will actually, you can actually see what's going on with your coin fundamentally, but the fundamentals that actually count. And then after you do it 5 times, you can put your email if you want another 5 times. You can do 5 times daily for free forever. Nice. But if you put it 5 times, if you want more, you can put your email address in there. And now you have unlocked more benefits. Now I got your email, but I'm giving more value. And then freeware, you can actually do a pro version for $14 a month. I haven't done it yet. I'm implementing it now just to learn, which does even more stuff. So that's the new lead magnet.
Really
Folioli.app. I created Folioli.app, which is a combination, a trend stack of Exodus.io and Blockfolio. I missed the old Blockfolio, so I created a new portfolio manager. No APIs, does not get into any of your accounts or anything like that. Old school, put your cryptocurrencies in, watch your cryptocurrencies in real time, see what's winning, what's losing. And if you give your email and you actually sign in, guess what? AI gives you a breakdown on my rules about how you can improve your portfolio. So again, you have a lead magnet, right? And that's basically it. You can do 3 GPTs. GPTs can be huge value if you know how to program them. I have a 24-hour coach within my course that you can ask it reply mode or coaching mode, and it will take you through the course. What you don't understand, just put a screenshot, and it will explain to you in whatever language you want. And you can ask questions if something's not working, or for my indicator, because I also have the indicator, the factor line. We made our own indicator with Chart Prime in Dubai. That's part of the course as well. But you can just ask it questions. And if you don't start doing this, you're going to lose. Because here's the thing with AI. Everyone thinks that everyone's going to start using AI, so everyone's going to be the same. But that's not what's going to happen. Yes, the bar is going to raise, but just like every technological advancement, you're going to have the users. Most people are going to be users. The people playing around with it mediocrely, and then you're going to have the top G's over here. If I steal Andrew Tate saying there, the top G's over here, the experts. So what you want to do is become the expert in AI. And if you do that, you're going to win. If you use it like everybody else, you're going to lose. It's very simple.
Very true.
Bubble. Same thing happened in every technology. YouTube. When YouTube came out, you had most people just watching YouTube with the cat videos. Then you had the middle classes watching the how-to videos, learning, and so on. Then you have the YouTubers, the educator YouTubers, and then you have the top ones up here. Right? That's what you want to become. So I don't know if I can get here, but I can at least learn the skills and the base to be able to be from medium to up here, depending on how much work you want to put in. Because I don't want to put in too much work, because I don't know how long I have, to be honest with you. So I do enough to live well, and I'm good. Because again, I had cancer 3 times. It's unfortunately very rare. It's aggressive mantle cell non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And it's very. I'm lucky to be alive. My chances were very slim, by the way, because I was 4th stage. Both 2 times, maybe 3 actually. And it was insane. So the fact that I'm great, but I don't want to just be working all my life. But at the same time, I love working. So I'm just doing what I love, but what I need to be able to do what I love to live, if that makes sense.
It absolutely does make sense. You're doing what energizes you. You're doing the most important things. You're not doing any extra fluff. I think that's super, super inspirational, massively so. And also the way you described that, you know, the lead magnet situation, it's incredibly good value for anybody who's listening and learning, because ultimately everything is sales and marketing. And the tools you described are really like a value driver, giving someone essentially something that they can interact with. And then from that point, you get the lead magnet, or rather you get the email address, and you become then the nurturer. Let's say from someone who's, let's say, listening and learning from you, and they want to learn about AI, like, how do you define the best way to do it? Because I think many people feel overwhelmed when they tackle YouTube, and they just, you know, where do I even start? What do I learn? What do I tackle? What's your
amazing question? Amazing question. So first of all, learn ChatGPT. Most people don't know how to use it. Whatever language model you want to learn, start with ChatGPT and learn how to use it properly. Most people just put it, just ask it questions. That's not how it works. You have to learn how to make an agent, a GPT in ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And the best way to start is by asking ChatGPT how to do that.
Yeah.
That's number one. There are a lot of YouTube channels out there, just like crypto YouTube channels. You'll find the best ones. There's a few of them out there. I have one of them. I have Paul Talks AI, which, by the way, only a couple of videos. I'm putting one out today. There are better channels out there, but I'm just saying, if you like me, if you like my persona,
yeah,
that's where I'll be talking. I'll be uploading videos there, but there are a lot better channels out there, to be quite honest with you. Learn how to build websites and apps with AI. I recommend Lovable. Don't overthink it. Don't see which one's better. Don't look at the video saying, oh, it's not as good as this. Just shut up. Just take one. Just go to Lovable. Start learning it. It doesn't matter what's better. Just learn it.
Yeah.
And then take it from there. Start trying to make your first application. Try to make your first GPT.
Yeah.
And things will open up. Things will open up. Ask ChatGPT, what's an easy application for me to work, to be able to learn, to be able to make. Yeah. I personally have ChatGPT on one screen, Lovable on the other, and I asked ChatGPT to help me with prompting on Lovable. That way I'm learning both.
Back and forth. Love it. Right? Simplicity of it. And using ChatGPT, for example, or any model really as the source of what to learn by just cycling back in. I think that's amazing advice. And also Lovable. Yeah, you can't deny there is a huge movement forward.
It's amazing. It's so powerful. People don't understand. I watch some videos sometimes where people say, trying to downplay that other programs are better. They don't know what they're talking about. They're like, oh, Lovable changes your stuff. No, that's because you didn't go into settings and you didn't put core principles in there. There's so much you can do on Lovable. It's insane. But regardless, it doesn't have to be Lovable. It could be anything. Just learn it. Just learn it.
Learn it. Absolutely. Paul, what you've shared with us so far has been absolutely phenomenal. I'm conscious of time. I think I've learned so much from you in the last 30 minutes. You're an amazing character. You've done so much over the course of your life in terms of so many different careers, obviously inspired and touched a lot of people along the way. If we were to ask you one final question, I guess just somewhat baked into the previous question, but just what excites you most about the next couple of years ahead in terms of being a creator?
Ooh, so again, I think there's going to be a shift to people seeking real humans talking on YouTube without using AI that much.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have a barrage of AI videos and creators using AI. I think people are going to miss authenticity and people just speaking like this. So live stream should probably go up. Maybe you won't get the views, but you'll get the sales and retention. You get the trust. That's what counts.
Yeah.
And also, I'm very excited for AI and cryptocurrency as a combination, as a whole.
Yeah.
And you can see examples of that. And please, I know this sounds like I'm pushing my products, but if you just go to AICryptoSuite.com, you'll see the exact sort of why I'm saying it. You'll understand exactly, everything's built with AI. You just go there and you'll see exactly why I'm saying it, because it's going to change things rapidly. AI benefits from crypto and crypto benefits from AI. And the next cycle, you have to be able to know this stuff if you're going to make money. Because believe me, it's the only advantage you're going to have.
they're so inherently entwined. Immensely well said, Paul. You're an absolute gentleman. You're an inspiration. You've got an amazing energy, and I'm so excited to chat in 12 months' time and see where everything's going. I know the YouTube channels on both the crypto and the AI side are going to continue to grow. They may even interweave, like you just said. So that's something to keep our eyes open for. And I'm looking forward to see many more books being published in the years ahead. So
no,
yeah,
no, I don't want to do any more books, man.
No more books.
Stop. No more books. No.
No more books. Fair enough. Paul, thank you so much for the time, and looking forward to chatting again really soon.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate you, man. Thank you.